No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense will go on the attack first. One of the biggest and best surprises of the 2024 season was just how good South Carolina was. That was evident when they went into Death Valley and fought until the bitter end and pulled one out against Clemson.
And South Carolina had a great season a year ago, but the cherry on the sundae was going into Death Valley and beating their rivals. Like, Clemson remembers this because Lenore Sellers takes off. It takes the 20-yard scramble with a minute left. Like, Clemson made so many mistakes, was very much in the football game. But, Jesse, this one stung a year ago.
It did. This defense for Clemson, they've got to be able to get off the field. You mentioned Lenore Sellers, David. He ran the ball 16 times. He was a workhorse on the ground for South Carolina. So for the defending ACC champions, if they're going to get this win in this big rivalry game defensively, they have got to be great on third down.
The Gamecocks, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Tight end now in motion. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
And the Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
The RPO, it's complete. And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Rushes on him. That's reeled in. It's Haynes.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
To throw, it's Klubnik. Makes the grab. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Leaves it with the back. Finds some fresh air. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now as the whole playbook's open, the defense really has to honor run. And
pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. The Gamecocks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Back open in the middle. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Gamecocks line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Quick completion on the out route. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using his legs, it's Haynes. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And after having a nice game like that on 1st down, if you're an offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
Got it, looking for a first. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
To the ground to try to move the chains. And they stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down and short. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Now, LaNorris Sellers was sensational down the stretch last season when the Gamecocks won 6 of 7 games. Sellers threw 18 touchdowns, only 3 picks. What would you like to see from him, David, for the Gamecocks to become a force in the SEC?
It's not running, Reese. Like, we saw the physicality in the big runs throughout the season, especially against Clemson ending the season last year. But to me, it's the passing game. It's the staying on schedule. It's knowing his answers and making the easy play sometimes. Continue to evolve as a passer with that big, strong body. You better look out, college football.
Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Motion from the wide receiver. Handoff from the gun. Inside the 25. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line. They keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
Well, obviously the offense went 3-and-out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. To the air, it's Klubnik. Caught over the middle, it's Randall. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Zings it complete to the right. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. And a sack all the way back at the 5. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Guys, let's chat just for a second about South Carolina. Breaking into the top 15 is one step closer to the college football playoff. You've made it this far. The dream is within reach. Question becomes, will they take the next step, Jesse?
You got to keep winning. Now when we're talking about this team, you're hearing college football playoff in the same sentence because of where they're ranked in the top 15. So, David, as they move forward, they've got to continue to elevate and ascend with their talent and play on the field.
Yeah, and it's exciting, right? To be mentioned, it's exciting. To hear yourself talked about on shows and to be a team that's getting respect is great. Now, let's keep pushing that pedal to the floor to be the best team we can be.
And the Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Trying to take it back. The 20, the 10, touchdown Clemson. The defense putting points on the board.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. The game, originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday, was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. A trophy came a year later, replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos, a silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun, and the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state, and bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
The Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Extending the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
The inside handoff. Cox have a lot of options on second and inches. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. Gets it out fast. Tackle is made at the 44 after the 5-yard gain and the first down.
Slants against man. That wide receiver has to win right now. Right now at the line of scrimmage against that DB playing man coverage. Quarterback timing with the wide receiver. Put it on the money. Wide receiver's probably still going to get hit too and got to hold on to that thing.
Working that wide receiver screen. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. Got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
He's going to look for a man on third and short. Grabbed in the middle. It's Smith. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the ground with the back. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
This is an offense that really relies on its running game on that second down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get a first.
The Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Here's a heat. Avoids pressure. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
Got him downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the... Still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll go to the ground. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, the Palm Tree Trophy on the line, and already Clemson and South Carolina have given us some stirring moments.
And the Gamecocks will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the chute. Quick toss to the right. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Wide open downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Wide receiver going in motion. See if they can get the edge on the jet sweep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
Pulls it in. It's Moore. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. It's as if you're in golf in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. He gets it oh so. The first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Still running at the 40. Open field on the right. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. the back and leaves it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
To the air, it's Klubnik. He's got an open man. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Working that left side. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. Clemson is quick to the line. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
Unloads quickly. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Tigers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And that is just about a perfect punt as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Gets the back moving. Back to pass, it's Sellers. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Pulls it in. It's Jacobs. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some point.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
The big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understanding his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. send the punt team out. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the shotgun, the inside kid. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced the third down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a first down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
Looking to pass. It's Sellers. Makes the grab. It's Jacobs. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. He'll take it on the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And how about the defense? How big was that stop? Forcing the punt, getting it back to the offense, and all of a sudden, you feel the momentum now on their side.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Grab near the marker. It's Brown. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Quickly complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And they get the completion and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really important now is it's fourth down. And that made it more manageable, but obviously the clock is not as important as making sure you get this fourth down conversion.
Trying to do it on the ground. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Sends it back in motion. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Got the first down and still on his feet. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. Stopped at the 40. Yard line, but yards and the first down. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. So now it's 2nd and long. The give to the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. Using the quick game. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on 3rd down. The Gamecocks decide to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. They boot it away on 4th down. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. This drive will open from the 15. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. Anytime South Carolina takes down Clemson, as it just did in this rivalry game, you can expect them to get a little bit cocky, and they deserve it. That will put the wrap on things.